How are you cuties doing? So today we're going to cover something a little bit differently. I wanted to cover another YouTube channel's video because they're covering a topic that I actually have a bit of an interest in. I really like the dark and spooky. So today the video was going to be about lost media. And lost media, if you, for whatever reason, need an explanation, it's, in this context, dark and spooky things that were played on television or like YouTube, and for whatever reason, obviously got lost. And, you know, people remember it, and this is what they talk about. Like, there's a whole Reddit thread on it and everything. So why don't we turn the lights down low, snuggle in close, and see what we have here. Alrighty, cuties. So this one is called Horrors Found on Reddit Lost Media, and it's by, I'm going to show this real quick. It is by Something Sinister. Isn't that a glorious name? I love it. It just fits that horror vibe that I sincerely want in my life, and I'm so excited to cover this. So let's hop into it. Gonna full screen this mammer jammer, and let's go. Wait, I'm not on mute. Am I on mute? Is this too loud? No, it's perfect. I turned it down a little bit. Hopefully it'll help. I'm gonna turn on some subtitles.
It's August 19th, 2010, and a YouTube user named Cecilia Cotaway has uploaded a video.
That is such a unique name. Like, what is that? What kind of name is that? That is so cool. I would butcher the shit out of trying to pronounce that. And then I never would have suspected that this is Cecilia. Is that what he said? Cecilia? Yeah, he said Cecilia Cataway. Cataway? And that's so cool. I like her name. Very unique. Moving on.
Titled Asuba Bawana 1. When clicking on the video, you were greeted with the image of an Indian actress. A soft Bollywood song is playing in the background as...
Look at that. She's a beautiful lady.
The image of the actress slowly morphs into different stills of lifeless human faces in various stages of decomposition. The entire montage ends with the image of a skeleton. This video would be taken down shortly after being uploaded, not only for its footage of the bodies, but the unsettling thumbnail featuring the image of a woman's bloody face.
Okay, I mean, a woman's bloody face. Is this the woman? Is that the bloody face? Because I don't think it's too alarming. She looks a little mannish like that. She doesn't want to lay down like that. I wouldn't want my photo taken, that's for sure. That's not the most flattering photo. But you know what? I'm here for it regardless. Is this snow or fur? Because this doesn't look like snow. It looks like little pelts of fur. I don't know if you guys can see that too well. Yeah, you can. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that looks so weird. That's wild.
4 years later, a user named Tisa Disanayaka would upload the same video under...
What is with the weird name? Oh, they're Indian, aren't they? Tisa Disanayaka. I feel like people are just slamming their faces on the keyboard and just hoping for the best.
Yaka would upload the same video under a different title. This upload would remain on YouTube until sometime in 2020, when it was taken down for violating the community guidelines. As of 2025, the video...
Is it me, or does this man have an incredibly pleasant voice? Because I'm enjoying just listening to him talk. This is quite nice. It's not so scary. It's just weird.
Is considered to be lost media. When taking a closer look at Cecilia Cotaway's channel, most of the content...
Wait, was her name Venus? Cecilia? Anyway.
Cotaway's channel.
Her numbers went up.
Most of the content is centered around
Who the fuck
Buddhism,
is this? Is he a monk?
And sermons on the religion. If you
He's
scroll
got a
far
very...
enough,
Okay,
however,
look, I know this is... Wait. Look, I'm sorry, but that nostril right there is so distracting with how dark it is. It's like the void in one nose.
Lessons and sermons on the religion.
If
you scroll far enough, however, there are 3 uploads that are different from the rest. I clicked on them thinking that because it's YouTube...
Is his nose always this way? Is it always going to have a void? on the right side, or is it the left? I can't tell, but
They
either way.
couldn't be that bad. I was wrong. In these uploads, we get video footage of dead animals, close ups
What?
of real organs, and a sequence in which the parts of a cow are disassembled from the rest of its body. The whole thing is exceptionally bizarre, especially considering the rest of the normal uploads on the channel. This makes
Okay, wait a fucking minute here. So you're telling me that some guy is either a Buddhist monk or is trying to act like a monk? Maybe he might not be Buddhist. I don't know. But he's slaughtering animals? Like, is this a normal thing? Or did he imply that I might have missed it? I very likely could have missed it because the names were really distracting and so was that nose. But, like, what the fuck kind of name is that? Hamdil D. Chuk Sanam? Is that a name? Is it a? Oh, it's a film. Hamdil de Chuk Sanam. Okay, I'm mispronouncing that, but that's a hell of a name. All of these are wow. I wonder if they look at our names and they're like, "That's a weird way to put it," or "That's too short," or "The fuck is a Timmy?" You know, I just think these like. I don't understand. How do you guys come up with this?
the whole idea that a video like Asuba
I
Bawana
will
could have
read this
actually
paragraph to
existed
you
on a
as soon
channel
as
like this.
I figure out
And in
if he
fact,
talks about it or not.
Sort of does.
Okay, he doesn't. So let's go back and read it because I'm curious about what this says. Fully lost, particularly disturbing Asuba Bawani video on YouTube. On the 19th of August 2010, the user Cecilia Kodawai uploaded a video titled Asuba Bawani. The video was around 5 minutes in length and it featured an unsettling thumbnail from the get-go, an image of a woman's bloodied face in the bloating stages of decomposition. Ooh, wild. When you clicked on the video, you'd meet with an image of the Indian actress that I cannot pronounce because it's a fucking name that is super long. It's a phone book in itself. From the 1999 film Dil de Chuk Sanam with a very relaxing Bollywood song. I bet it was lovely. Presumably from the aforementioned film's OST. Oh yeah, then I bet it was lovely. I mean, like, Bollywood stuff is hilarious, so this has to be amazing. Accompanying it in the background. This image would then slowly morph into various different images of lifeless human faces in various stages of decomposition, eventually ending with an image of a skeleton. The video was re-uploaded 2 years later on the 17th of July 2014 by the user Tisa, whose name I cannot pronounce because it sounds like a curse word, with the slightly different title of Asuba Bawani 2. Okay, so what? They took out the H's and put a 2. Yeah, that's original. And it gained well, I mean, technically, it kind of looks like it would be as an American. It just looks like this is... Anyway. And it gained a relatively higher view count than the original 2010 upload by Cecilia. Both of these videos remained on YouTube until circa 2020, when they were both taken down for violating the site's policies regarding graphic and violent content. As far as I know, a complete re-upload of this video does not seem to exist anywhere. It's not even on the Internet Archive or any similar media preserving site. Ooh, that's interesting. Like, then how do they, like, as far as I know, a complete re-upload of this video does not seem to exist anywhere. So that just, then how do they know about it? Is it by word of mouth? I know it's like the Reddit thing, and that's how it's supposed to be, but I feel like 2010, okay, yeah, I can understand people weren't downloading YouTube videos probably as well as you can now in Minecraft. But in 2014 and like post 2019, 2018, no, you could download this stuff. So you mean to tell me not one single person downloaded this? That's hard to believe.
There's an upload titled Asuba Bawana 2 that was published in 2010, the same date stated in the original Reddit post. This upload, however, doesn't match any of the descriptions mentioned by the OP. The current upload doesn't include the Indian
What the
actress
hell am I
or
looking
any
at?
decomposing bodies. It
But
just shows the stages of pregnancy from conception all the way up until the 8th month mark.
look at
While
the furry eyebrows on that baby. It's fuzzy.
up until
Is that what
the
they
8th
look like
month
inside?
mark.
Like inside
While
the womb?
exploring the other channel, Tisa Disaniaka, it is very similar.
Bless you.
It's all Buddhism related content, but with 2 uploads being titled Asuba Bawana 5 and 6. There's nothing particularly concerning about 5, but number 6 is a compilation of different images of skin, with some of them being the stages of decomposition.
Why the fascination with decomposition, I wonder? Like is it the death in general? Um is there a fascination with the decomposition of the body, or are you just trying to make people uncomfortable? Because I feel like that's a cheap way to get people like a cheap way to get people's attention. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you want to put like a decomposing body on there and whatnot, but it's like it's just so random. It's so weird. I don't understand it. Like, there's no logical path for me to mentally follow on this one.
No dead bodies or actresses, but yeah, the stages of decomposition. The titles of these videos, Asuba Bawana, are tied directly to a Buddhist practice of the same name. Asuba Bawana is a meditation practice to stop lustful thoughts, which are considered.
I mean, if you're seeing decomposition, I'm sure it will help you stop lustful thoughts, because I don't know about you, but if I see a dead body, lust is not the first emotion that I have. That's pretty gross if it is your thing, because then I will kink shame you. I am pretty open to some kinks, but that's not one.
Considered to be negative in the eyes of
In
Buddha.
fact, shame on you.
Videos like those seen on Sasina and Disanayaka's channels are what you could consider to be meditation aids. The idea is to mix lustful thoughts with things that are disgusting, like dead bodies or decomposing.
No, that's a terrible idea. That's how you start kinks. Stop that. Don't ever do. You know what? Don't ever do that. Don't, you know what? Have lustful thoughts responsibly. Let's not do disgusting acts, huh?
Skin in an effort to associate the two. So instead of looking at an actress and feeling lust,
she is so pretty. She is not. What the fuck? That's disgusting.
Only feel disgust or repulsion.
Although she looks like a zombie, so I'm like, that
context,
nostril! I can lose my. No, look at that! I can fit my entire mouse cursor up his nose. What the fuck? Like, I can't do it with the other nostril, but this one is eating a hole in the film. Look at that. You can see that from space.
Original Asuba Bawana video existed at one point, with one Reddit user even posting this screenshot of what looks to be the original Asuba video posted by Tisa. The thumbnail is exactly what was described in the original post, the image of a woman's bloody face in the bloating stage of decomposition. It's unlike—
Okay, I don't like the way he says decomposition. It's like you drug the word out a little too long. But I'm liking the video so far. Again, very pleasant voice. I like his manner of tackling this so far. Hopefully the rest of the video is just as good. I wonder if he is only covering this one. I'm not too thrilled. I don't like the idea of butchering animals. So, oh, sure, Cindy. What about the dead bodies? Well, you know what? I think that's gross. So that's natural. But I mean, animals, guys, let's not hurt the babies. They can't defend themselves sometimes.
That this original version of Asuba Bawana will ever resurface, at least on YouTube. But for Redditors on r/Lost Media, there's some morbid curiosity in knowing—
You know, I want to go to this part of Reddit, but I don't like Reddit in general, so I will never travel there. But this looks so interesting. Okay, that's not true. Because if ever I want to look up like computer advice or like, hey, how do I fix this? I only ever go to Reddit. I don't want to look this up.
Knowing that it can exist elsewhere. The same can be said for Marilyn Manson's short film, Groupie. Anyone who is familiar with Lost Media has
I've
probably
never
heard
heard
the
of it.
story, so I'll keep it
But
brief.
Marilyn Manson was pretty
Infamous
quirky.
rock musician Marilyn Manson made a short film sometime between 1996 and 1998. The story follows a house party that
Is this along the lines of when he started that? Well, I don't know if it was him or someone else, but when that rumor started that he had his, what is it? His bottom ribs removed so he could suck his own dick. Did y'all hear that? That was wild. I remember when people were talking about that. That was the dumbest thing I had ever heard. Like, nobody could be that lonely, right? Well, not lonely, but like, that's a different kind of desperation. I think it's like, that is when you are so in love with yourself that you can only be happy if you give yourself a handy, or better yet, a blowjob. So, I mean, it's like, ew, why would you? If anybody does, I would openly mock them. Absolutely.
Manson
Oh,
himself
I
is
just got
hosting.
derailed. Never
An
mind.
actress shows up and is made to do perverse and disturbing things in front of Manson and the party guests, including
Oh, is
drinking
this
one
real?
of the band members' urine.
What? Why? Why? Okay, look, I said I wouldn't, I can accept most kinks. I cannot accept bathroom kinks. What the fuck? There's also like a vomit kink. I saw it once on Jerry Springer. It was very late at night. I was young. It was disgusting.
A very small
Y'all are
portion of the
fucked up.
film is seen
Some of y'all are really fucked up. Shame on you.
in one of Manson's
Liking feet is not fucked up and like, I think feet is fine. I think liking a nice butt is fine. That's fine. But bathroom? Like, bathroom? Why would you drink urine? What the fuck?
tour documentaries. The sequence shows the actress tied to a chair as Manson patronizes her. She begins to cry, and Manson forces her
This
to
is
sing
real?
Jesus Loves Me So. This is the
Oh,
only
that's
portion of
fucked up.
Groupie that is widely available to the public. The film was reportedly only seen in full by a small number of people, one of them being Manson's manager at the time, who begged him to get rid of the film, as it
Manson,
could put
you're
him in
fucked up,
prison
man.
or end his career.
I still like the...
Since Groupie's resurgence...
Okay, look, I'm just going to slide this into the video right here, but I'm going to say that there is a mashup song of Mariah Carey, the Christmas song, and then like Beautiful People, and it's an amazing song. Oh my gosh, you guys need to look into it. So good.
On sites like Reddit, actress Paula Weiss has since come out.
Who? Who is this? Paula Weiss? That's some heavy makeup, darling. Are you... The hair? Is that hair or is that a towel?
As the actress shown in the film, though she has talked about her involvement in the production.
I don't know about you, but that's not something I would happily tell people ever. Like, I would go to the grave and never, ever, ever talk about that. If for one or for some strange fucking reason I was put in that predicament, which I never fucking would, I would never talk about it, ever. And he's still ugly.
No further clips have
She's no
been
better.
released.
No offense to her or
With
him.
Manson's
But,
ongoing
I mean,
legal
no,
trouble, it is entirely
absolutely every
possible-
offense. If you're gonna make somebody drink urine, you're an ugly son of a bitch, okay? You're ugly, she's ugly because she was stupid enough to drink it. That's gross.
That Groupie could resurface as a form of evidence in condemning the shock rocker. Until then, Groupie remains an elusive white whale.
He got picked
for
on
many
in school,
Lost
I can
Media
tell.
Enthusiasts.
I mean, he's rich
Among
as fuck
white
now, so it doesn't really
whales,
matter,
the
but
original
still, you can
Alice
tell he
in
got picked on.
Wonderland animated film from 1939 was said to have had a DVD release including a deleted scene, as well as a number of songs that never
To be clear here, I've never heard of this rumor. Was there a Lost Media rumor of Alice in Wonderland?
made the cut. But what most people don't know is that there exists a version of Alice in Wonderland that was released in Russia in 1995. An entire 60-minute
Wait. Is this still the Disney
film
Hold on.
that
I'm
for the
gonna...
longest time was considered to be lost. Talk of this lost film
Alice in Russia Land, 1995. I kind of want to look this up. Hold on. Oh, wow, that is a real movie. Look at this. We're gonna check out these pictures real quick. Oh, I thought Millie Bobby Brown was somehow in it. I don't think she was alive then. Oh, wow, these are some crazy photos. I'm sure this guy might cover it, but you know what? We're gonna do a little sneak peek. These are so crazy. Oh, I kind of like it though. Very charming. All right, so we're going back, but that looks kind of cool. I just wanted a visual of what it looked like because I've never heard of Alice in Russialand by Ken Russell.
Began
Was he
circulating
American?
on r/Lost Media in 2024. The OP talked of a TV movie directed by a man named Ken Russell in 1995.
We're going to read this real quick. Alice in Russialand is a short TV movie directed by Ken Russell from 1995 that is a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, but she goes through Russia's history, mainly the USSR. Apparently, the second half of the film mostly consists of clips or full videos of Soviet rock music videos or experimental films. There is also a Russian cartoon starring a cartoon wolf halfway through. Steve Pemberton is in it. Who's Steve Pemberton? I can't find this film anywhere at all, and it would be great to see.
5. The film was said to be a Russian retelling of Alice in Wonderland and was renamed Alice in Russialand. The film, while taking direct inspiration from the original story, incorporates clips of Soviet rock music and other Russian experimental films. There's apparently even a Russian cartoon that plays halfway through the film's runtime.
I want to see the cartoon.
After this post, that people would find this YouTube video uploaded in April of 2023.
Ooh, that random takes and outtakes? How fun!
As the title suggests, it's a compilation of outtakes from the 1995
Oh my
film.
goodness.
The uploader
That's
is
so
a
cheesy.
channel called Simple Improvement. In the video, we see clips of what appears to be a Russian reimagining.
Oh my gosh. That looks so threatening. Like, even the fake blood on it. And I love the stash. That's such a good stash.
Of the Red Queen. There's also an army of playing card people with
Oh,
the
wow.
Red Star emblem
Look at
printed
that.
across their helmets.
Look at this picture. That's so cool. There's only 3 of them, but they made it look like there's so many. Oh, is he the queen? Oh, no. He's 8, 5, 7. I wonder what the rest are. There's the queen.
Another
It's a
YouTube-
dude? Wait. Shouldn't they make him the king? Why is he the queen? Like, if they're going to gender swap him anyway, why didn't they just make him the king?
Star emblem printed across their helmets. Another YouTube upload that Redditors were able to find shows a clip from Portuguese television in which an advertisement for Alice in Russialand plays. Here we get our first glimpse of Alice, as well as some other zany characters.
Oh my goodness,
inhabiting
that's some brows.
Wonderland, or
Can't really see
Russialand.
very much.
It wouldn't be
Was that a wolf? Hold on. Look, a wolf. He's just, man, hold on. He is just lighting up. Look at that shit. He's just, damn, that is a big ass, like, is that a cigarette? That's a hell of a cigarette.
It wouldn't be until a year later when things would take a turn for the lost film. An ex-user, Siniviere, posted these 2 photos on their account.
I love this picture of this guy right here. Like, that's a heck of a suit. It looks so Batman, like the Riddler type of thing. It's just got music notes on it instead of question marks.
The first shows what appears to be a cover of Alice in Russialand, while the other is a man wearing a suit with musical notes on it. Most importantly,
This guy
the
right
post
here
included
looked
a Google
kinda weird.
Drive link containing the Alice in Russialand film. The file is 54 minutes long, so it's missing
You can get the film? So it's not lost media then.
6 minutes, but this is undoubtedly the lost film described by users on r/Lost Media. It follows a lot of the similar beats put in play by the original story, like Alice eating a pastry that shrinks her. Of course, as the title would suggest, there are many Russian influences on the film, from character design, set design. The film even cuts to documentary-esque footage at one point. Since the post from Siniviere, other users have since uploaded copies of the film onto YouTube and other platforms, ensuring that this obscure piece of media will never be lost again.
Then why are you covering it? Because it's no longer lost. I'm very, very genuinely confused.
The same can be said for the following piece of media.
Why was it covered? Why? This is no longer lost. If you have a confirmed link of the full film, it is not lost. I have a gripe here. I have a very big gripe. If you're going to cover a video about lost media, how about you stick to lost media? No offense, dude, but there's questions, hon. I'm going to subscribe, but I have some questions because I'm going to watch a couple more of your videos. Okay, we're moving on.
Super Nanny was a television show that aired in the 2000s and featured a child behavior expert named Joe Frost, who would visit families who were having a difficult time with misbehaving children. The show is known for having a couple deleted episodes. The first involves the young family who claim that the producers on the show had manipulated their children.
Wait, was she British? Is this in the U.S.? I think I might have heard of Super Nanny. I've certainly never seen it. Yeah, so is she British? And these kids are, like, the families are American?
The first involves the young family
That's so
who
cheesy.
claim that the producers on the show had manipulated their children to make them act up more on camera.
Oh my.
The other involves the Terrell family. This situation is a bit different as the episode aired until 2008 when the father of the family took his own life. Out of respect, the episode would never
Wait, why? Why did he die? Why did he do that? Don't do that, guys. There's ways to make it through, and stuff will always get better. It just seems really bad in the moment. So hang in there. You've got this. But I want to know why he took his own life. Does he? He better say. He better say, because you don't mention that and then not say. I am a curious individual. I need to know these things.
He aired again. Aside from these two outliers, there exists an episode with...
No, he didn't cover it. Oh, fuck you, dude. Yeah, it doesn't say. So, good reason for why you didn't answer it. I'm still curious.
Some dark implications. We know for a fact that this episode exists.
Hold on. Unreleased media, the Lost Super Nanny episode search probably took a much darker turn. I can't read that.
As the promo for it played during another episode that aired in 2008. The theories surrounding why the episode never aired included the possibility that Joe was unable to help fix the family. Another popular theory states that following the episode, the mother killed her children and received the death penalty. This theory gained popularity because, for the longest time, the names of the family members in the episode were not...
Did she? What happened to the Darkin family super nanny? To this day, the Dakin... What is it, Dakin? The Dakin family remains a near entirely lost episode. Outside of the footage featured in the episode's preview, no further footage has surfaced of the episode, and is very much unlikely that anyone will. Ultimately, the mystery behind this episode and what caused it to never air may never be solved. No, now that's interesting. That is very interesting. I want to know what happened.
Released, we only knew them as the Dakin family.
No, it is
Redditors
Dakin.
and other online researchers would spend months trying to dig up more information on the family. It wouldn't be until 10 months ago that the following synopsis was found for the missing episode. It reveals the names of the family.
Hold on, we're going to read that. Claire Dakin is a single mom struggling to bring up 3 kids post splitting up with her husband 3 years ago. The children have no respect for her or each other. Although she loves her children, she admits she doesn't like them right now and finds it very hard to show George and Jess affection. George and Jess fight constantly, and Mom struggles to discipline them, so often ends up shouting back or giving in. I find the subtitles in the way. Claire finds the only way to control them is to ground them, but this just tends to backfire on her as cooped up
as well as
can't
their
read the rest.
situation. The episode centered around Mother Claire and her
Oh
children.
hell no! Woman, what the
Episode
fuck?
centered around Mother.
Oh, this child is swinging at you. You pick him up, you whoop him on the butt. You do not let your child swing at you like that. Are you crazy? Be a mother. Be a parent. Look, I do not condone violence on children, okay? But this kind of behavior needs to be dealt with. A pop on the butt might be what's needed here. You know, be stern, be a parent. What the fuck?
Claire and her children, George and
Oh,
Jess.
No, that would not fly. Not in the Cine house. Absolutely not. Do not ever think that that would fly in a Cine house.
Claire admits that she loves her children, but doesn't like them because of their behavior.
You let them get that way. The way you're parenting them tells me that you let them get that way. Look, I understand the circumstances of a divorce is very difficult, but at that point, that tells me you have not parented your child. You were trying to be the good mother, and then you forgot to parent your children. People are tiresome. This is why, I swear, either grow up in a Call of Duty lobby or actually learn how to teach your children to be respectful, because that is most certainly not the way to go about it. Not the way she was handling it. That's for damn sure. What the fuck? Okay, that was a tirade.
They constantly fight
Hell
with
no.
one another, and Jess pees herself for attention. Claire struggles to discipline them. While it
Okay, look, peeing themselves, that's fine. Because that is a sign of reaching out. Oh man, that, you know, I don't really want to talk about parenting very much. It's just, you don't ever let your children act like this, because if you have your children to the point where they can't respect you, they sure the fuck aren't going to respect anyone else. This is ridiculous.
remains a mystery as to why the episode never aired. The story doesn't end here. In fact, it gets even darker. Redditors on r/Lost Media uncovered this news article from 2017. The article talks about a missing 16-year-old girl named Jessica Dawkin. This is the only image that we are given of her in the article. It could be a coincidence, but could this be the same Jess Dawkin talked about and even seen briefly in the lost episode of Super Nanny? Everything seems to line up. The article talks of a missing 16-year-old. The year is 2017, so that would mean that Jess would have had to have been born in 2001. If the Dawkin episode aired in 2008, it would show a roughly 7-year-old Jess with her family. All of this is just speculation.
That is wild.
The worst part is that there have been no follow-ups on the missing Jess. There are a couple forum boards.
You know, I really hope they did actually, because like that one thing said that they were kind of having their kids act out on purpose for the video. And honestly, I would believe that. I would believe that, yes. But that's crazy.
This one, that state Jess's personal Facebook has been found. But I've viewed these and it's really difficult to confirm, and I don't want to expose anyone's personal information. Regardless, the truth behind the Dawkin family
She looks a lot like the Super Nanny. That kid, like in the photo, they look like really similar. It's insane.
episode remains a mystery. I hope that Jess has been found safe.
Me too.
And I
Please,
hope that
if you guys
Claire
have any
was able
information,
to regain
call the proper
control of her
authorities.
children and her life. Reddit user Fire Rat Dragon Girl has been on
Fire Rat Dragon Girl. That's a hell of a name. So is your name Fire Rat, but you're a dragon girl? Willie Law's creepy black and white anti-smoking commercial from around 2002-2004 featuring children running and realistic wheezing noises?
On the search for what they describe as a fully lost, ultra creepy, black and white anti-smoking commercial from around 2002 to 2004.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait. So he's been so good Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm going to save that complaint. I'm going to save that complaint for the end because it's going to be discussed. And we'll save it.
They said it featured children running and realistic wheezing noises. Dragon Girl's description, however, is uncertain. They said that the ad began with children running on a playground. The atmosphere is creepy, and the footage is in black and white and in slow motion. In the background, we can hear a children's choir singing as a flute plays. As the kids continue to run, one of the boys falls behind and begins to cough and wheeze. The sound he's making...
Oh, no. We're going to read that whole article, darling. So basically, the ad begins with children running, perhaps a race on a playground. The atmosphere is already set to the creepy tone. The atmosphere has already set the creepy tone of what you're in for, as the film is black and white, blurry, in slow motion, and there's a children's choir vocalizing in the background. A flute plays along. As the kids run, the footage becomes more blurry as one boy lags behind and begins to cough, wheeze, and gasp for air. The sound is not like actor-ish stock audio wheezing. I'm talking genuine, must have been taken from a research facility, high-pitched strider. Is that what it's called? Strider? Like, hold on. I know you guys can't see that. This word right here, because I don't know what that is. I'm gonna zip right back. From a real kid suffering from breathing problems like asthma or whooping cough. It really makes you feel like you're suffocating along with him. Oh, that sounds uncomfortable. Then the narrator comes in. His deadpan tone further sets the creepy tone and is hard to describe. Sarcastic, blaming. I don't remember everything he says, but he says something to the effect of, kind of hard to keep up with the other kids when you've been smoking. Eventually, the commercial ends, but not before the screen goes dark and you hear one final amplified, echoing, labored gasp for air from the kid. Holy shit, that's fucked up.
Continue to run, one of the boys falls behind and begins to cough and wheeze. The sound he's making, however, sounds genuine, like it was taken from a person with asthma or whooping cough. At this point, a narrator comes in and speaks, warning other kids that if they smoke or are around secondhand smoke, that this is the same fate they will receive. Dragon Girl explains that the ad was very
Man, that was such a terrible ad, considering if your parents smoke, you really couldn't get away from the secondhand smoke, you know what I mean? So that was such a terrible ad. I know I had my parents who smoked, and I remember hearing how secondhand smoke was bad, and I do remember questioning my teachers going, well, how am I supposed to get away from it? And even they didn't have an answer. They're just like, do your best, which is the stupid thing to say. Because, I mean, if you're in the middle of a no smoking campaign for your school, that's a hell of an answer.
Disturbing, and gave the viewer a true feeling that they were suffocating. Following the post on r/Lost Media, users were able to pull up this PDF from Lessons Learned Globally. It's a 148-page document on the implications of smoking and secondhand smoke. If you visit the table of contents and reference the dates left by Dragon Girl, it will take you to page 113, which highlights a secondhand smoke awareness campaign from 2001
in Minnesota.
and 2002. When visiting the page, we are greeted with 5 images,
that's
each
gross.
of them being anti-smoke ads from the early 2000s. The one on the bottom,
diaper television ad?
Seems to fit the closest description left.
What's a diaper television ad? I don't know if you guys can see that. Diaper television ad. Keep up television ad. Father enters infant's room. Oh, wait, hold on. Diaper television ad. Father enters infant room and pulls baby from crib. Father turns up his nose at the smell of the kid's dirty diaper. Exits the room to take a deep breath of fresh air and returns holding his breath. Father holds his breath during the entire time he changes the diaper. But yeah, that stuff just smells bad. That's normal.
Girl. It shows children running while a young boy slowly falls behind. The text below refers to it as the...
We're going to read this. Keep Up television ad shows a group of boys approximately age 10 running in slow motion across a park. One of the boys slowly loses energy, begins to breathe heavily, and falls behind the other boys. A voiceover states it's hard to keep up with the other kids when you've been smoking all your life. While the statistics is presented on screen, children of parents who smoke can inhale the equivalent of 102 packs of cigarettes by age 5.
Keep Up television ad, which showed a group of boys running in slow motion across a park. One of these boys loses energy and falls behind. A voiceover then comes in saying, "It's hard to keep up with the other kids when you've been smoking all your life."
Wait.
With this information in mind, it's relatively easy to find the Keep Up ad on video sharing sites like YouTube. The ad itself features the disturbing coughing and wheezing described by Dragon Girl, and if I'm being honest, I understand what she's talking about. The fact that the ad centers around a child makes it all the more disturbing. There were a few misremembered details, like the fact that the ad is in color and not black and white, but other than that, really, all the other details add up perfectly. Thanks to
Okay. So there's like a couple of reasons why she would do that. Either it's misremembering or she had a black and white TV. That's not impossible.
/lost media, another nightmare is realized.
All right, so let's hit my complaint because he got it with the second one too. Okay, so the fourth. So so the first and the third were actual lost media, and the second and the fourth were not lost media because he had footage of it on there. Like, look, if it's not perfect, it's not like the best quality, but you found the video, you had it on your video. Why would you still call it lost media if it's been found? That really annoys me. That annoys me so much. It's not lost. If you found it, it's not lost. Anyway, I found that pretty fascinating. Like, the first one was, I almost forgot about that nostril. That is a hell of a nostril. I know it's just coloring, but if I could fit my whole mouse in there, like my little arrow, that's a problem because that means that nostril is way bigger than the other one. I bet you he can smell tomorrow. No, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, that's fucked up. The whole imagine lustful stuff and then think of death. It's like that's gonna create some kinks you don't want to talk about that a therapist can never ever fix. The Alice in Wonderland really irritates. Whoa, no. Actually, I will actually mention this one. No, that is gross. If that one is lost, I sure hope it is, but I bet you double or nothing he's got like 3 copies of it, at least, on his computer alone, and I bet you he's got hard drives upon hard drives of it. At least, like I'm sure there's things on there we don't want to know about, but that's Marilyn Manson. That's kind of a given. This thing right here is not lost. Look. Look, this thing here. This is a link. And you know what that link has? The whole video. So it's not lost. Okay. And this one was messed up. This one was so messed up. I don't like that children are being treated like this. Yes, they're misbehaving children, but it's just that, you know, you are basically exploiting little kids. That's really messed up. And then the fact that poor girl went missing at the age of 16, I hope she's really not missing. I genuinely hope she's not. So hopefully somebody actually did find her Facebook. That would be nice. And you know, as for this, I guess I could say the smoking ad or whatever. Again, this is the video. That means it's still out there. I wonder if he linked it. Let's go check his description, shall we? No link. And that's fine. Reddit Lost Media is home to some truly scary and disturbing content. Here's a handful of insights from some of the most well-known and rising cases. I got nothing, because I already complained. We're moving on. But basically, that's it, guys. And, you know, I found that kind of interesting. And I honestly, I don't really like the idea of using someone else's content as reaction videos, but I do understand that other people do. And a lot of people actually kind of like it when you cover their videos, so I really hope that Something Sinister is okay with me covering his videos, even though, or his video, I should say, even though I had a mild complaint. I mean, it was very small and minuscule, but it it's just, gosh, I don't like the fact that it's not categorized properly. I think that really bugs me. I got autistic on it, and I just really like the fact that, well, no, I really didn't like the fact that it wasn't labeled properly, and that's my problem. Anyway, I am done with that problem because I am done with this video. Thank you guys, and I really hope to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Should I cover more stuff like this? I can't wait to hear from you guys. I can't wait to see you on Wednesday, too. One last thing, cuties, before you go. You can find me on all platforms as Siniviere. Also, don't miss me and my friends on Countercast every Monday at 6 p.m. CST on Words of Paradise's channel. Be sure to stop by and say hello. I always love hearing from you. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. And, if you'd be so kind, help a girl out, won't you? Like and subscribe. I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye.